Hi everyone, I'm Kerry from Happy Body Pilates and welcome to day 3 of your strength and mobility reset. Hope you've enjoyed day 1 and day 2 so far. Today is all about looking after your shoulders. So we are going to need a resistance band, one of these, and a weight, and you just need one weight. And if you don't have a dumbbell, it could be 3-4 kilos maximum, maybe a little heavier if you're feeling strong. But if you don't have one, you could use a tin can or a bottle of water, just something to challenge your shoulder stability. So there's going to be lots of shoulder mobility and strength work that you're going to see today. And let's just start with a shoulder roll, but really it's about your shoulder blades. So when you lift your arms up, they stay straight. It should feel like you've lifted your scapula up. Then you're going to bring your scapula together as you open your chest and then roll them down. So it'll feel like your arms are lifting, but that's really your scapula lifting. Shoulder blades come towards each other and down. And again, shoulder blades lift. Open your chest to bring your shoulder blades together and down. So you want to feel like there's this rolling action of your shoulder blades. It's less about lifting your shoulders to your ears. So you want to still keep some space between shoulders and ears as you just get used to lifting your arms from your back, from your scapula, up, shoulder blades together and down. So now we reverse. So we first open and those shoulder blades come together, and then we lift your shoulder blades up, and then when your arms sort of come in front of you, you should feel like you're bringing your shoulder blades away from each other and away from your spine. So we open the chest to bring your shoulder blades together. They lift. They come apart. This bit is protraction and down. This bit is retraction. Then you've got to watch your rib cage. So we're always thinking that rib cage stacked over pelvis. If you can go back to day 1 and 2 when we talked about that a little bit. Shoulder blades apart. One more time. Scapula together and we lift, and scapula apart and we relax the shoulders down. Lovely. One arm at a time. A shoulder car or shoulder controlled articular rotation. So your arm goes up to the ceiling, palm faces inwards. Reach the arm out behind you as you bring the arm all the way around. Palm faces in and you lift the arm up. Rotate your palm outwards as you reach the arm behind you. Try not to rotate your torso too much. So what I sometimes like to do is hold on with my free hand just to make sure that my ribs aren't poking forwards and that I'm not rotating too much. Let the shoulder and the arm do all of the work. And then we're going to go the other way. So you reach back, turn your palm outwards again to lift your arm all the way up and around. Don't worry if you hear clicking or clunking. It's pretty normal and hopefully it'll go away, and if it causes you pain, then you just have to reduce your range. Turn up and out, and let's do the other side. So if you like holding on and giving yourself some feedback, go for it. Arm reaches up, palm faces in. Turn your palm outwards as you reach the arm behind you, like you're trying to do a really big sort of backstroke in a swimming pool. Reach behind you. One more time, arm up in line with your ear. If you can get there without cheating, try not to let your rib cage flare forwards. We go back. The palm turns out. That's really your shoulder's job. Lift and lower. Big, controlled, articular rotation. Up and around. Nice parallel feet. Thinking about that. And last one, lowering the arm down. Okay, so from here we're going to come onto all fours, and I'm quite using your band for this because it gives you some nice feedback. A little awkward to get into maybe, but you're going to try and take that band around your shoulder blades, sort of like a shawl. Okay, so around your shoulder blades, and then you're going to have to hold that band down on the floor. Okay, so when we do our cat stretch, as you exhale, I want you to think about stretching that band, not because you're pushing your spine up, more because you are separating your shoulder blades and protracting. giving your spine space to lift up into the band. Now, as you inhale, just relax some of that tension so that your head and chest can lift up. And you've got into extension here. Exhale, start to stretch that band. Start to create that rounded shape, pushing outwards with your shoulders into that band, feeling like you have protracted your shoulder blades. Inhale, start to relax that tension on the band so that your spine has room to move. Chest forwards and up, tailbone to the ceiling. Let's go again. Exhale, stretch that band, curl your tailbone underneath you, pressing into the floor with your feet and hands. Inhale, relax that tension on the band as your chest reaches forwards, head and chest up. Lovely. One more time. Stretch that band. Exhale, move up into the space you've created. Tailbone down. Inhale, relaxing that tension, lengthening out so that you have space to lift the head and the chest up. And then just get rid of that band. Put it to one side, but we're staying on all fours to do scapular push-ups. And I like doing this with my knees further back so that you're in a half plank, and then we'll have the option to go into a full plank to do these. The arms have to stay straight. So just let your scapula come towards your spine and then push the floor away as if you're stretching that resistance band that you just did, except we're not going to round the spine. It's just the beginning of stretching that band. Inhale, let your scapula relax, comes towards your spine. Exhale, imagine you're stretching that band, lifting and opening into that space between your shoulder blades. Inhale down, carry your head on top of your spine, and just make sure your rib cage isn't sinking too much, and then spread your shoulder blades. Now, if you wish, you try the full plank version. It's definitely more challenging. Scapula come towards each other and away from each other. And again, remember, don't bend your elbows. It's not a regular push-up, it's a scapular push-up. And stretch. Some people call this a serratus push-up. You can call it what you like, just don't bend your elbows. Last one. And bring your knees down. Take a stretch back if you need to. Okay, cool. So from here, you're going to grab your band again. You're going to stay kneeling. If you prefer to stand, no problem. You've got to watch that your rib cage stays stacked over your pelvis. Take as much tension to feel the work. Inhale and pull that band apart and let it come across your chest, and then just have a look at your wrists that they're nice and straight. You should feel your scapula come towards each other, and you're going to slowly release that tension. Let your scapula go wider. Inhale, pull that band apart. As that's happening, you want to feel like your scapula coming towards your spine, but not pinching your spine. Release that tension slowly. Almost imagine like you're trying to bring the arms around a huge balloon in front of you, so you get that protraction by the time you've ended. Inhale, open. Check in with your ribs, please. Did they come forwards? Open the chest. Release the tension. And if it's too easy, do one more with a little bit more tension. I'll turn side on. Inhale, ribs over your pelvis. Stretch that band. Can the band go behind you? Lengthening your neck and open out from your back to release that tension. Okay, well done. Now we're going to go to a wall so that we don't cheat, because I see lots of cheating when people do their thread the needle. And we're only going to do the twisty bit of your thread the needle. So can you go against a wall? The whole side of your body, your finger, your shoulder, your hip, your ankle, your knee, the whole side of your body, literally. Okay, stay against the wall, and when you're ready, your free arm is going to lift up to the ceiling. Inhale, twist. Now keep your head on the wall. Stay against the wall. I can feel how I want to come away, and then lower your arm down. So you're trying to move your shoulder blade in and down your back so that by the time you're in your full twist, your scapula feel like they're stacked. One is on top of the other. This is definitely my harder side. What about you? Inhale, twist, twist, twist. Don't come away from the wall. And exhale down. Good. Focus on your shoulder blade, moving in and down towards your spine to help you to rotate up, up, up. Oh my goodness. And down. Let's do the other side. So turn around and face the other side so that you can get that side of your body against the wall. Ankle, leg, knee, hip, hand, shoulder. When you're ready, inhale, focus on your twisting. Exhale, lower. And think about the arm that's moving. That shoulder blade needs to move towards your spine to help you to twist up to the ceiling. The hand that stays on the floor, push it against the wall to help you to find your lift twist. Inhale up, exhale lower. One more time, push into the wall with everything you've got and find that scapular movement down your back towards your spine and lower. Oh my goodness. Okay. So from here, grab your bands. And we're going to add in a bit more of the strength stuff. Stand on the band. So just drop the middle of the band to the floor and stand on it. You are in control of the tension, how much tension you have on that band. So you can keep adjusting. So put your weight into your heels, soft knees, and push your bum back. So we come into this hinge position and we're going to row. Your palms are facing in and you're going to pull those elbows up. And you feel your shoulder blades come towards your spine and you're going to slowly lower those arms. Now, can you go into a little bit of protraction? Then retract, just like your scapular push-ups, and then pull. And then release that slowly. Protract your shoulder blades a little bit. Retract, then pull. Keep your neck nice and long. You might feel your legs if your weight is in your heels. Pull. Lovely. There's a pause at the top. Those elbows lead and they lift up nice and high. And again, retract first. Pull. That retraction is mild. Don't do too much of it because you need to do more of it while you're pulling. Release the tension slowly. You've got two more. Pull and release. Oh yes, one more time. Retract a bit and pull. Release that tension slowly and stand up. Okay, cool. And then we're going to kneel on the band. Make sure that you are kneeling on your right side of the band so that all the tension is available on the left side. Okay, so we're going to do a diagonal pull, really healthy for your rotator cuff. So, band is in your right hand, left arm can go out to the side. Start with your hand on your hip, and when you're ready, with a straight arm, you're going to pull the band up and out. If you prefer to stand, just do the same thing standing. Let the arm come across the body. If this is too easy, you're going to need to take more tension. Really focus on this diagonal pull coming from your shoulder blade. So it almost feels like by the time you're here, it's pressing forwards into your back. And release that tension slowly. Going to take a bit more. Good. Exhale, pull. Ooh, it needs to feel juicy, guys. Make sure that this is challenging enough. Like Goldilocks. It's perfect. It's just enough. Good, good, good. And again, stretch and release that tension. So we're putting the strength element to the shoulder work. Plus there's the mobility because your shoulder blade needs to know what to do and where to go. One more time. Reach across, turning your palm to face forwards. Hold it here. Hold it here. Build that strength. Make sure you haven't lifted your shoulder blade to your ear. And then we're going to control and lower. Okay, pull the band out the other side. Okay, and then kneel on it. And let's go the other side. Okay, so counterbalance arm. Arm is across your body on your opposite hip. And when you're ready, we pull up and out. Notice, is there a stronger side? There often is. And again, pull. And you're pulling against the stability of your torso. So think about squeezing your heels together. Up and out. Scapula towards your spine. Pressing forwards a little bit. Pull from your back and the back of your shoulder, not from the top of your shoulder. We have two more. The last one is a hold. Really nice. And stay there on this one. Hold, build that strength. Well done. And release that tension. Okay, now you're going to kneel on the middle of your band. And this depends how far you manage to go. It depends on the length of your band and the strength of your band. So measure equal ends, roughly. Okay. You'll play with the tension. Arms are straight. We lift the arms up. We go out to the side and we control lowering down. And again, how high you can lift your arms depends on your band. We lift out to the side and in. Now, for the extra challenge, squeeze your heels together. Can you lean forwards just a little bit? Your whole body, I'll turn side on. Your whole body, and that's really going to make this feel a little extra. Controlling these movements. Pull. Press your hips forwards and keep your rib cage stacked on top of your pelvis. One more. Out and down. Not other side, let's reverse. Out, in, and we control the lowering because the resistance is going to disappear. So we go really slowly there. Out, into center and down. Really nice. Two more. That little lean forwards is the extra. The back of the legs have to catch you and hold you there. One more. In and down. Okay, amazing. Come off that band and you're going to lie on your back and grab your single weight. So this one is really about shoulder stability. Okay, so you're going to hold the weight. I've got it in my right hand, so you can do the same. Bend your left elbow onto the floor and you've got a bent right knee, straight left leg. And you're going to do, it's that protraction again. You're going to push your shoulder off the floor, your arms stay straight, and you might notice a little rotation to your left. Release that shoulder blade down and you will come back onto your back. Keep the arms straight, push the scapula off the floor, it's protraction, and you'll feel like the wanting to rotate towards your left. And slowly control that arm back down. Shoulder blade off the floor and you push it more. You can stand in your right foot a little bit. Feel that rotation. Control the lowering of the arm. And your arm has, your hand and the weight has to stay on top of your shoulder. So you just make sure that this weight is light enough for you to not be flopping your arm all over the place, but equally it's heavy enough to feel like, yeah, you're working here. Push the weight up to the ceiling and keep going so that your shoulder completely rolls off the floor. Control it back down, ending in retraction. One more. There's protraction and you keep going and you retract and control that arm back down. Other side when you're ready. So start with a straight arm on the left side, right elbow is down on the floor, and bend your left knee. So we start by protracting. Notice which side is less smooth, and then keep going as you get more height away from the floor. Control the arm, weight over your shoulder, control that retraction on the way down. Keep the arm straight. So there's the initial protraction, then there's a bit more pushing and you use your foot to help you get there. And the shoulder completely comes off the floor. There's some rotation to the right. Control the lowering down. Okay, let's go. Protract. And more as you push into the foot. Remember, the arm stays in the same place on top of the shoulder. It doesn't move. You are moving around the shoulder. Two more. And push. and control the retraction on the way down. One more time, protraction, and a little extra push. So there's that little feeling of rolling to the right and control and control. Amazing. Okay, put the weight down and flip over onto your front, and you're going to make the letter L shape with your arms. So you've got 90-degree angles at the elbows. I shall face this way. Okay, and your palms are facing each other, and therefore your thumbs are up. Can you keep your head on the floor, please? Rest it on a towel, a rolled up towel if needed. And you're going to lift your L shape up and down. L shape up without lifting your head or chest. Okay? Lift your L shape up and down. Keep going. Long legs, reaching back. Weight is on your pubic bone. And we lift and lower. Remember, palms face in. And can you keep that 90-degree angle? If you're not sure, just lift your arms and have a quick peek, lifting your head on either side so that you can make adjustments if needed. Lift and lower. There's a bit of a pause when your arms are up. Good. Make sure that your elbows are in line with your shoulders. 4 more. 3. Stay with this. 2. There's a hold. And now hold. Hold it, hold it. Your head should be down. Your chest should be down. Hold it, hold it, hold it. The isometric hold is where things get a little harder. And 4, 3, 2, 1, and lower. Oh my goodness, sit back on your heels for a second. Okay, awesome. Okay, so the next one, last one actually, before we just do a very quick stretch, is back in that hinge position. Okay, so palms facing each other, and we're going to do IYTW. So we lift those arms up in front of you in line with your ears. That's your I. Lower your arms down. Lift your arms to a Y shape. Arms are straight. Lower your arms down. Back is flat. Arms out wide, T shape. Palms facing the wall in front of you. And down. And then lift your arms into a W shape. And look at the angle of my arms. Elbow, the same diagonal line as my pelvis. So that line, elbow lower than your forearm. Press those elbows forwards and relax those arms. We go again. Nice lengthened spine, draw your belly in. I, your ribs should be stacked over your pelvis. Y, palms face forwards when you do your T. Come into a W, push your elbows forwards and down. Get your shoulder blades in the right place. And then one more time, ribs over pelvis, remember? Finish, I, Y, T, make your W shape, and stand up. Amazing. So grab your bands to finish. Little bit of shoulder flossing, parallel feet. You work out the tension you need. Arms go up and behind you. Now, don't lose the tension here. If anything, stretch that band more, but just stack your rib cage over your pelvis, and then we lift the arms back up and over. You're aiming to keep your arms straight. Inhale up. Push that band away from you. Open your chest and shoulders. Just make sure you don't lock your elbows if you have the tendency to do that. So keep them soft. Not bent. That's different. Soft elbows is not the same. Push that band, stretch your chest. Lift up and over. Final one. Inhale up and around. Stretch your chest. Amazing. And you have finished. I hope your shoulders feel absolutely amazing and a little bit more loose, maybe even around your rib cage. So that was that. If you enjoyed that, please share with a friend and tell them to start following, even if it's, they started day one. It doesn't matter. They can catch up. So I really, really hope you enjoyed that. Leave a comment if you wish, and I look forward to seeing you tomorrow.